Hello, guys, and welcome to Fox of Fox Report. Well, as we all may know, the club yesterday made two big announcements. The first one being the match against Tottenham being postponed due to a rise in positive COVID cases within our club and our first team. And also on Sunday, the match against Everton at Goodison Park was also postponed just from what happened yesterday with the spike. Now, really, where does this leave us involving COVID and just coming into next week? Because right now we're not sure who has tested positive. The club is not disclosing any names. And we also have some players who have been out last week with COVID cases, and that included Kelechi Iheanacho, Janik Vestergaard, Adama Lookman, Hamza Chowdhury, and so on. So now, from what we know as of right now, we don't have any matches this week. And next week, we have a match against Liverpool on Wednesday for the Carabao Cup quarterfinals. And that will be played at Anfield. And really, we're not sure who is available coming into next week. We haven't heard anything yet about the players who tested positive last week, coming into this week, if they recovered and all that. But we're not sure. We're not sure, like I said, who tested positive yesterday. It could be Vardy, it could be Madison, it could be Daka, for all we know. So really, we're just trying to see what information the club is giving us and how the Premier League really is going to take care of this issue, because from last week and so on, these cases have been spiking up, and that's just been because we've been playing these matches when we already knew that there's been a slight rise in positive COVID cases. So in my opinion, the Premier League has to sit down with the managers and club captains, which they will. They did announce that there will be a meeting. So we have to pretty much find a solution, because right now, if we put the matches and we're only playing like one or two because others are being postponed, that's really going to perhaps cause another spike in really exposing the virus to our players, to their staff, and just the fans. Because basically what I'm seeing now is the matches that are going on, there are fans. So that really could play a part in just having the virus more exposed with the fans and their families, the staff and their families. And you really don't know where people are before they come to the matches or training and all that. So there really, in my opinion, has to be a pause in the league. It could be 1 to 2 weeks, or at least coming to January, to see how we can decrease the exposure, and like that we can resume the league coming into next year. But if we keep playing these matches and really waiting until the last minute to see whether there are positive cases or not, that's just going to make the problem even bigger than it actually is. And that will result into more postponements, and who knows what we can do about that. Now, there are some clubs and managers who are thinking otherwise, as far as not really wanting to postpone the league, but also really trying to find a solution to how they can work around that. And that really goes to looking for academy players, looking towards pretty much the subs that didn't test positive, but also trying to see how they can spread out these matches that are so close to each other, especially around this month where literally so many matches are played within 1 to 2, 3 days. And Jurgen Klopp also mentioned that, can we play with academy players? Of course. Do we have other options? Of course. Can we postpone them? That he was kind of towards the other end, saying that, if we postpone it, when are we going to reschedule it? Or are we just going to cancel these matches and just keep on playing the schedule? But really, he does understand that there is an issue with the spike and there needs to be a solution. And he pretty much also mentioned that, if we're going to try to make this work and have the games play on, then we can't have these matches all pressed together, because that's just going to leave us, who already have like a limited amount of players, to play these matches every 2 to 3 days. And that's just going to lead to injuries, into fatigue, and all that stuff. It's just going to mess everything up. So there has to be a solution with the people that do want to continue the league as it is now, and others that want to put a stop and probably proceed next year. So it really goes to just see what the Premier League does, as well as what the club managers and captains do. But in my opinion, I think there needs to be a stop from maybe starting next week until January, because I think that would be a good way to decrease and just really not expose the virus even more. Like that, everyone can stay where they are in their own city, training facility, not travel anywhere, and just train on their own within their club. And we'll see, what impact that may take upon having these cases not be exposed and just trying to lower the exposure. But anyways, that's my opinion towards the current situation revolving the corona, the positive cases, and of course our club. Now, going as if everything's going as planned with next week, we're not sure yet if that match will be played over in Anfield against Liverpool. However, we haven't heard anything yet, so we're going to go as if we are going to be playing Liverpool. And really, we'll have to see what the club says and what they tell us regarding players that are coming back from injury or coming back from recovering from the positive COVID cases. And we'll just see what team we have, but definitely I don't think we're going to have the firm 11 starters that we had against Newcastle. But anyhow, I will also be having so I will be doing a pre-match review for that match if it goes as planned, Liverpool and Leicester City. And I'll also be having a guest star. One of my colleagues will be coming in to speak about Liverpool and how they've been doing this season, especially in the Carabao Cup, and his predictions, and so on and so forth. So stay tuned for that pre-match review, and I'll see you next time. Take care.